and welcome to the Reading Corner. On today's episode we will be discussing fan fiction, going over this week's book news, and at the end of the show we'll be playing a bookish quiz, so look forward to that. But before we start discussing our topic of the week, Bethan will fill you in on all the news in the book community, including new releases and upcoming events in the London area.
The first release for you this week is Every Exquisite Thing by Matthew Quick. Nanette O'Hare is an unassuming teen who has played the role of dutiful daughter, hard-working student and star athlete for as long as she can remember. But when her beloved teacher gives her his worn-out copy of Bubblegum Reaper, a mysterious out-of-print cult classic, the rebel within Nanette awakens. As she befriends the reclusive author, falls in love with a young, troubled poet, and attempts to insert her true self into the world with wild abandon, Nanette learns the hard way that rebellion sometimes comes at a high price. Next up is Wanderlost by Jen Malone. Aubrey can't think of a better place to be than in perfectly boring Ohio, and she's ready for a relaxing summer. But when her older sister Elizabeth gets into real trouble, Aubrey is talked into taking over Elizabeth's summer job, leading a group of senior citizens on a bus tour through Europe. And as it's nearing summer, there are a number of conventions coming up in the London area. MCM Comic-Con starts today and runs over this weekend. It's a convention that covers everything, including movies and comics. There are various panels with people from TV shows and movies, including Jesse Eisenberg, who played Lex Luthor in the Batman vs Superman film. There are also a number of actors from the DC and Marvel Universe TV shows. London Film and Comic-Con is also on from the 28th of July to the 31st of July. Similar to MCM, there are panels and stalls selling geeky memorabilia. There is also a young adult literature convention with a large amount of panels with a variety of authors, and they're also doing signings over the weekend. Now, back to Rachel in the Reading Corner.
Thank you, Bethan. Do let us know in the comments below what books you're excited about reading this week, and if you want more bookish news and content, don't forget to check out our website. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at The Reading Corner TV. All links in the description. Now, on to our topic of the week, where Bethan and I will be discussing fan fiction.
So this week we're discussing fan fiction, and unfortunately we can't get away from one of the most popular fan fictions published out there, which is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James.
Yes. Well, it began on the internet, didn't it, as fan fiction to Twilight called Master of the Universe. But there was such an interest from the fan base of Twilight that she was able, E.L. James, to sort of market on that and then publish a written version, just changing the names. Apparently there's pretty much no difference between the original fan fiction text and the books, except for the names. You know, Edward Cullen and Bella Swan now become Anastasia Steele and Christian Grey.
And that is basically just to do with copyright of the Twilight series that it came from.
That's it. She's put a slightly different context for the characters, no vampires, but all the rest.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of debate out there in the fan fiction world, amongst other fanfic authors, of has she been ethical, because the only reason, perhaps some would say, her writing has done so well compared to other BDSM novels is that she marketed on the Twilight fan base and used that to give her a step up. And of course now she's taken off her fanfic writing off the internet, so you have to buy a copy to read it.
Very sneaky, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about the ethics of fan fiction writing?
I mean, fan fiction is great for fans to show their passion and their creativity for something that they've loved. So there's a lot of Harry Potter fan fiction out there, and J.K. Rowling really appreciates it. She loves the fact that her fans are so passionate that they want to create and they want to live in that world. But I think when you publish it and you've taken it from something else, I just think there is a major ethical problem with that, really.
When does it become plagiarism, or rather than just inspired by? And it's, as a passionate reader, you know, if I find a book and a series and characters that I love, you hunger to read more about it, and if the author's not continuing it, it's quite a nice outlet to read fan fiction.
The only problem with it is a lot of the fan fiction that I've read out there on websites is it just turns into pornography.
Yeah.
And it's just quite badly written. It's not very good. That's
what I think. What makes good fan fiction and bad fan fiction if it's good, you're staying true to the characters, you're staying true to the world, and I suppose the I don't know, moral, ethical points that the author's trying to make with their books, if any, you want to stay true to that. Like I mentioned the other day, I was reading a sequel to Pride and Prejudice, and it wasn't exploring their marriage afterwards, it was just what they got up to
in bed. Yeah, I think, but the thing is, there must be writers out there who have gained acclaim and success having written fan fiction. I mean, it's a great outlet for creative writers.
Yeah, we've got Cassandra Clare, City of Bones. She did Harry Potter fan fiction.
Yeah.
And now she did her own series, which, again, some criticisers would say, you know, her character of Draco is now the character of Jace. I don't know. It's up to the readers to decide what they think on that one, really.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they all use pseudonyms as well. They don't.
Yeah.
They're not quite brave enough to publish under their own names, just in case. They do go viral and they can make some bit of money out of it. Anyway, so I now believe it's time for Challenge Rachel. Again, this week's challenge has been sent in by one of you guys at home. It's the Infinite Book Challenge. Rachel, you have to say as many of the book names as possible as you can in 1 minute. And don't look at the shelves.
Okay.
Right, Rachel, let's start the challenge.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. The Adoration of Jenna Fox, Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Catching Fire, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, Return of the King, Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, Garden Spells, Sugar Queen, Peach Keeper, The Girl Who Chased the Moon, Practical Magic, Beauvalet, Charity Girl, Arabella, Regency Buck, the BFG, Matilda, Danny the Champion of the World, The Twits, The Enormous Crocodile, The Giraffe, The Pelly and Me.
You've got 10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
10,
Okay.
9, 8,
Oh, the
7,
pressure. I can't. I'm out.
Oh, well done, Rachel. I think
Too much pressure. I can't cope with this.
But you did really well. Rachel, you got 26 titles in a minute. That's really well
not
done.
bad. That's
I'm
like
really
maybe
impressed.
maybe one every 2 seconds.
Hey, well done.
Thank you. Well, that's the end of our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget there's more information about all the books talked about today on our website, along with other awesome content. And make sure to check out our Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at The Reading Corner TV. All the links are in the description below. Please do remember we want your suggestions for the next instalment of Challenge Rachel. Bye-bye.